He was not the
when
second option. He was not the
when
second
Shaq
option. You know why I can tell you he wasn't the second option? Because I've seen every scouting report and I played against him. He was not the second option. You were going to say you can't stop Shaq. You can't stop him. Teams
no,
were
I'm
having
saying
to
when
have
Shaq
more defenders on their roster to
I'm saying
guard
when
Shaq.
Kobe, I don't know. I'm saying when Kobe was a second option, Kobe was still averaging 30 in '01. When Shaq became the second option, well, even if you want to say that he wasn't a second option, you can see that again. Kobe at that time was better than D Wade, but Shaq wasn't willing to take a step back. When he went to Miami, he said it's D Wade's
He
team.
wasn't willing to take a step back because he was the better player on the team.
No,
That's
but he wasn't the better player on the team. Kobe averaged 30 with Shaq, and Shaq never averaged 30 with Kobe.
oh really, really. Do you remember what Shaq's numbers?
wasn't
What were
even in
Shaq's
shape.
numbers? What were Shaq's numbers in the Detroit playoffs?
It's more playoffs to that though.
What were, bro? I'm saying in the NBA Finals, what were Shaq's
Yeah,
numbers
no, Shaq played better in the finals.
versus what Kobe did?
So if you play better in the
And
finals,
again, I know.
hold
So
on,
my
Rizzo.
point is that
So that's my point right there, though, Rizzo. You said LeBron was the best player on all the teams he was on, so I can ask about D Wade in 2011 when he played better in the finals, right?
yeah, they
So
lost.
no, right, and
You
they
say
lost.
they
Right,
lost.
right, and
Yeah, they lost to the same. They lost to the same Kobe Bryant team. So if you really want to
They lost to
compare,
the
that's a
same team that
common
D Wade.
foe.
They
Whoa,
lost.
whoa, whoa, whoa! If
They
you want
lost
to
to the
compare
same team
common
that Kobe.
foes,
They lost to the
do
same
you
team that
want to
Kobe beat.
compare?
I mean that D Wade beat though. So D Wade beat the team. D Wade beat that team without LeBron. Then when LeBron comes, he can't beat him.
Bro, that's not the same fucking team. This is what I'm trying to express to you. It's not the same team. If you play a team 2 years later, a year later, that's not the same team. But for instance, we do have one common foe. We do have one common foe. Dallas, when they won the championship, they played the Lakers with Kobe, and they played Miami with LeBron.
And
Right,
D-Wade,
so like
right?
you want to express
And
to me,
D-Wade though. No, D-Wade and LeBron was both top five.
that Sacramento
You
went
gotta
to
mention
7 and we
D-Wade.
got swept. So Sacramento went to 7 and we got swept. So by using that math, you're saying that they were a better team, right? Kobe and those boys got swept. Bron and those guys, they won. They won
Because
something.
I just told you, yeah, of course. They was a bro, Richard, excuse my language, they was a super team. They
What
was
do you mean
listen, hold
super?
on. Come on. They had two top 5 players in the league, bro. That's why. So they were obviously a better team than the Lakers team that year. But the Lakers had come off of going to 3 straight finals. At some point, a dynasty is not. No, 3 straight finals.
They were 2 straight.
They went to
Two
3
straight.
straight finals.
Excuse me. The 3. You're right. Correct. They lost to Boston. That first year. Correct. But now compare that. No. Compare that.
So listen, and I hear no Kobe fans making an excuse or no LeBron fans making an excuse for Kobe in 2008 when he lost to a super team. All he did was come back and beat that super team. How that work? And guess what, LeBron? Guess what? You want to talk about records? LeBron James. No. We know that's. We're not going to act like that's not a super team.
Let me give you a little.
My bad.
No. I'm going to give you a little insight about how super. No. Super teams are not what you think to a certain degree, right? Let's be real, right? Like when you get drafted by a team, you are somewhat pushed into that situation and whatever is going to happen from there. What I'm expressing about the super team is in Boston, they had Paul Pierce, they had Rondo, they had a slew of guys. So very similar to how when the Golden State Warriors had that loaded team, the only way for players to even compete is to be on the same team. The Boston team was put together via Kevin McHale doing a pat on the back to Danny Ainge and giving him a top 10 player in the league in Kevin Garnett. So like that Boston Celtics bullshit that was pushed together, and then they say, oh, LeBron started the super team. Boston had 3 Hall of Famers and added a 5-time All-Star in a young Rondo, who very quickly became that dude. So Boston was a super team. LeBron left a better team and went to Miami, which was the 7th seed or the 8th seed, and they added Chris Bosh. So that turned them into on the same level as Boston. That turned them onto.
That's my point, Richard. That's my point. No, look, I said Boston was a super team, and all I was saying was nobody makes an excuse for Kobe in '08. Nowadays, if you lose to a super team, everybody will make excuses for you. But I'm saying Kobe came back and beat a super team in 2010 without another top 75 player on his team. Nobody averaged 20 on that team besides Kobe. Also, what I'm saying to you is, yes, if Miami was on the level of Boston, that means Miami was also a super team. That means they was better than the Lakers in 2011. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm trying to express to you in this Kobe versus LeBron debate. When you go this game, you're not going to get to a resolve. There is no right answer in this. first of all, most of the people start with who their favorite player is, and then they start making arguments around that. At the end of the day, if you want to know my beliefs, I don't think that Kobe Bryant is the best Laker ever. I think Magic Johnson is. Why
didn't he win without? So why didn't he win without Kareem?
Because what are you talking about?
So I'm saying, so why didn't he win
with? I feel like he won without Kareem. He actually had a pretty good game one time, I can think, as a young boy without Kareem. And then let's not forget James Worthy I think it was James Worthy and other things. And also on top of it, that was after the Michael Jordan era. Michael Jordan took over. So Magic comes in 1980. I think he wins his last championship, 87, 88, somewhere around there. He wins his last one. And then after that, surely it's the Detroit Pistons, who were those fucking dudes. And then it was Michael Jordan's time. So you can say why
the teams he had to beat though.
What?
I'm saying, but Kobe was beating the new guys that he had to beat. He beat KD, Russ, and Harden in 2010. He beat the teams LeBron James couldn't beat. LeBron was basically the new Michael Jordan. No.
Say that those were new dudes. Though Michael Jordan wasn't a new dude in 91. And he wasn't a new dude. He was an established guy.
Kevin Durant wasn't a new dude neither. I meant like the younger generation. Kevin Durant had already started leading the league in scoring. And he had Russell Westbrook as well on his team. And Kobe Bryant, listen, if he accomplished it, he accomplished it. If Magic didn't, that's what I'm saying. How could you just still put him over?
Well, how can I put Magic over? Well, if you look at MVPs, if you look at Finals MVPs, and if you look at championships. But when you look at that, they have the same amount of championships. But when you look at that, immediately you will say, well, you will then make arguments of why those aren't valid for Kobe Bryant. Like the same
other people vote for those awards, so I have to make my own assessment, right? They made their assessment when they gave Magic a Finals MVP when he averaged 19 points and Kareem averaged 33 and 14. And that was Kobe and Shaq. Kobe wouldn't get no Finals MVP, even though
it also is the manner in which Kobe was, or not Kobe, but Magic was also spoon feeding and making sure, because Magic Johnson actually prolonged the career of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, prolonged it.
Right, I can say
it wasn't for some financial issues and playing with Magic. Kobe, what? You think Kobe did what?
I was saying, Kobe, who you think was passing the ball to Shaq?
Dude, I'm not here to disparage Kobe with this argument. I'm saying is that there was Shaq was the most dominant player in the world for 5 years and won 3 championships.
Kareem had us in the postseason. Kareem had the most unstoppable move. So really, all you had to do was give it to Kareem anyway. He was gonna make it.
Yeah, you're making it sound pretty simple to just be like, it's unstoppable move, so it's simple. No, it wasn't. Come on, man. I jumped in here because I respect your basketball IQ. I jumped in here because I respect your basketball IQ. Okay, so let's not. That's where I'm saying
I joke around a lot on here, bro.
I'm with you. But I'm saying we having a hoop conversation, so it's no disrespect. Yeah. It starts with who your favorite player is, and then everyone makes arguments framed around that. Right? Very rarely do you hear LeBron is my favorite player or Kobe is my favorite player. I was born and raised a Laker. I am a Kobe fan. You will never hear that person say LeBron is better. It just isn't. But I'm sorry. Every major metric, every single space, if people look at it objectively, there are not many people. And yeah, Kobe, like everybody kind of gives their little jabs and bars. Jordan is the greatest, and this is the greatest, and Bob. Like, I hate to break this to you, but Tim Duncan had a better career than Kobe.
Not really.
Like Not
really because Tim Duncan never repeated. Kobe Bryant actually has more championships in the 2000s than Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant.
We said career.
Listen. And Kobe Bryant's numbers never tapered off, so his prime is actually longer than Tim Duncan's if you think about it.
Well, I would say your prime is when you're impacting the game at a high level. And so when you're talking about winning 1,000 games, when you're talking about winning 1,000 games over the course of your career, that's what Tim Duncan did. Never missing the postseason for 20 years, that's what Tim Duncan did. Being able to recruit players to come so you can maintain your prime and your prime can be longer. That's what Tim Duncan did. So like when you talk about Kobe never repeated on the MVP. Tim Duncan almost had a quadruple double.
But he repeated in Finals MVP.
What? No, I'm saying never. I'm talking about in regular season MVP and dominance. So what I'm saying is, like, if you break it down from a career standpoint, statistically, you could see that Tim Duncan had a better career. That's why these arguments.
Is he better than? Is he better? Do you have a better NBA career than LeBron James?
No, better what?
Do you have a better career than LeBron James?
No.
Well, how does the same thing still not a part of LeBron James?
What do you mean the same? Because he has more MVPs. He has more Finals MVPs than Tim Duncan, right? So it's like,
So we value two different things. I'll tell you what I value real quick. I value eye test, numbers, and championships.
Okay.
So that's why, like, when I think about career, I look at numbers. I don't look at MVPs because I believe you can have an MVP stat line without winning an award.
Well, no, that is true, but that also means that you're going to put faith in the things that you choose and not look at the entire thing. You can't just pick and choose 4 categories when there's 10 to choose from.
Kobe proved that he was better though by the way how he was winning championships with Pau Gasol, because he repeated with Pau.
Do you know how good Pau Gasol was?
He's not as good as everybody else second option though.
Who? Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol in his prime. Top 3 big man in the league. So while he might not be D Wade in one of the 75 greatest. He might not be D Wade in one of the
73 big man. He wasn't. Come on, we can't do that, man. We can't lie about Pau Gasol, man. I love Pau Gasol.
In his prime in 2000. Now, mind you, Pau Gasol led a team to the postseason as their best player. They didn't win shit, but that still says that he needed to be a number 2, and that means he's a damn good number 2. So Pau Gasol. Right, Pau Gasol, where would you rank him at bigs when he was winning championships with Kobe?
Top 7. Because remember, you had Dwight Howard, you had Kevin Garnett, you had Tim Duncan. Bam. Right? All 3 of them.
No. Tim Duncan, when they were winning those championships, Tim Duncan was already on the decline, in my opinion. He was on the decline at that time. At that time, in my opinion, Pau Gasol paired with Kobe Bryant. And again, it wasn't just those two.
On the decline, that goes against what you just said. How did he have a better career than Kobe? That was my point when I say he declined.
Did you not see Kobe's decline? Did you not see Kobe's decline?
Kobe's prime was longer though, because Tim Duncan declined earlier than Kobe is what I meant. And so Kobe went on to beat a super team and went back-to-back after the time when Tim Duncan started declining in 07. Actually, when he declined in 07, Kobe beat Tim Duncan without Shaq. And you know what I'm saying? So
No. I think when we're saying decline, we're saying a very different thing. That means when you're not the best player in the world, but you are still a high-level player. Kobe was a high-level player, was the best player in the world for a time, was a high-level player, and then the decline was sharp and is based off injury. So I don't hold anything against them.
Other guys, was he better than Dirt Nowitzki?
Who?
Pau Gasol. So I would say
no.
So I would say Dwight Howard, Kevin Garnett.
But again, I would say Dirt. Again, this is when you were transitioning. Just because you are big doesn't mean you are a big man, especially if you talk about the general. No, hear me out. Just because you're big doesn't mean you're a big man. Like Dirk was a unique, special player. We've never seen him like that. But Dirk wasn't doing the exact same things that Pau was doing. Pau wasn't doing the things that Dirk was doing. They were completely different players. Dirk and KG were closer.
All right, so you say big man. I know what you mean because you're talking basketball, so I ain't gonna act like I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So you talk about post players and stuff like that. Yes, I think he was in the conversation, but I would throw guys like Amari Stoudemire. Obviously, now we would just argue it. You can make a case that Gasol was better.
My point is though, when you try and say the second option, that makes it seem like that is the end of your dominant team. When you have Ron Artest, who was a former defensive player, when you have Lamar Odom, when you can roll a lineup out there that is 6'6", 6'8", 7 foot, 7 foot, and 7 foot. Don't just say he only had Pau Gasol and he wasn't a 75 greatest. I'm not disputing that Kobe was that fucking dog. I'm not disputing that. But there is no metric statistically that you can say he was better than this person at. It's not in the awards. In the awards, there is no metric that you can point to that says he was better. That's the thing. So if we're looking at stats and awards, LeBron leads in both of those categories. So everything else you go to is eye test and who is your favorite player. That is the only thing I
go on, man. This is a metric I go on, right? I go off the metric of you grab the remote, you grab the popcorn, and you turn it.
Okay. And that's where I go. I appreciate you. Keep being respectful. Don't start calling people dusty old motherfuckers and all that shit. Keep being respectful. But all kidding aside, there's nothing but respect, man. I love that you guys are talking hoop. Understand anybody that's listening. Most of these conversations start with who their favorite player was. That's why no one can ever say from an older generation can say that Kobe or LeBron is better than Jordan, because when they grabbed their popcorn and they sat down. But Jordan's career wasn't just those 6 championships. He had many years where he was getting his fucking head beat in. Many years when he was leading the league in scoring, he was getting his head beat in. Many years.
That's and then he got I think you can make a case that Kobe and LeBron over Jordan, but that's a conversation for a whole nother day.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
I don't think y'all want to do that, man.
No. Because you think this argument is fucking. There is no metric that you're going to find. LeBron statistically is closest to Jordan. Award-wise is closest to Jordan. Kobe's game is closest to Jordan.
Well, I can say Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan got 9 first-team all defenses. So that goes to those two. What about the fact how Kobe almost three-peated twice? But the thing is this, Richard, right? Jordan never beat a super team. Jordan never had to play a super team in the finals, though. So really, the only reason Kobe didn't three-peat twice is because he played a super team in 2008, but he also beat that super team in the finals.
What do you mean? What? Dallas swept them. Dallas swept them.
No, I'm talking about in 08. If he'd have won in 08 versus that, because Jordan never played a super team in the finals. But
in 08 he was playing with Pau Gasol for that first time. That first time you're with the group, it's hard to win a championship. LeBron lost his first time.
Right, and
he won his second year. Kobe won his second year with Pau Gasol.
Right, Jordan got swept though against the super team Celtics. Kobe and LeBron didn't get swept by them.
Yeah, but bro, like Jordan's team, Pippen. I don't think Pippen was on that team. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I'm almost. I know Pippen wasn't on the first one. Pippen wasn't on the first time he got swept.
They had Orlando Warriors. He averaged like 21 points or something like that, right?
Yeah, Orlando Woolridge, bro. Like in the annals of fucking basketball history, like Orlando Woolridge was a great player, but he's not moving the needle. People are like, had Orlando, they should have won.
He changed the dunk contest. He was the first guy to do a dunk between the legs and a dunk contest.
Fuck about the dunk contest, bro. What the fuck are you talking about right now? Fuck.
Hey Richard, he the first guy to go between the legs in the dunk contest.
I swear to God, bro. You're using my fucking anytime minutes. I gotta go, man. I'll be on NBA Today in 30 minutes talking shit about this conversation.
All right, bro.
All right, bro, man. Y'all have a good day, man.
All right, man.
Right.
Oh man. Man, shout out to Richard Jefferson, man. There's much respect. I think he clear him. I don't think he's top 5 all time.
Yo, that was dope, Crump. RJ